Hi everybody, it's Amanda. I can't even look at myself. Okay. I feel so ugly. I'm having like a really bad PMDD episode right now. For those of you who don't know, it's premenstrual dysphoric disorder, and it literally makes me insane for 2 weeks out of every month. So basically for half a year, I'm completely mentally unstable. I also just recently got diagnosed with borderline personality disorder. Oh no! Me. I fucking knew. Anyways, today I want to talk about insecurities. I am so fucking incredibly insecure that sometimes I can't even look at myself in the mirror. Sometimes when I look at myself in the mirror, I end up crying because I can just see how much of myself I've lost over the years due to my mental health and my mental illness. I've just like been observing myself like deteriorate over the years because of mental health, and things like relationships are really hard for me. Like, I cannot maintain friendships. I cannot maintain like stable relationships because I constantly find that I'm like losing myself in everything because I'm always wanting to like better things with other people and to be like the best thing in somebody's life. But I realize that because I lose myself so much, I end up becoming what I believe is the worst thing. They're like, you're not even bad. And I'm just like, everything that I do, any mistake that I make, I take it to like level 1,000. Like, I am terrible. I'm the shittiest fucking person alive. Like, I don't deserve to exist. And it could literally be like the smallest thing. Like watching myself like fucking have like a screen time of like almost 23 hours and like rotting in bed, and every time I like get up to finally do something, I can do it for like a small period of time. Or like if I have a drug, like I can do it, and then it's like the second I don't have that drug anymore, I'm like back to like rotting within myself because like I can't remain undistracted for like more than 5 minutes without literally being overwhelmed and feeling like the weight of the world is just crushing me. And I feel so insecure about it because it feels like I've regressed so much. Like, there was a point in my life when I was like 18, was it 18 or was it 19, like 2019, 2018, where I was working 3 jobs, okay? And I also did like the Camino, which is like a walk across Spain, but I don't like, whatever. Everyone's like, you should be proud of yourself, and I like cannot see the moments in which I should be proud of myself because I know that I've never changed. Like, I'm a fucking like maladaptive daydreamer to an extreme, so like I'm constantly living in my head. So like even when I was like doing all those things, like everything was in my head and I was like daydreaming everything and like romanticizing everything when literally my life was in fucking shambles, and I was like deep in so many heavy addictions. And like, I don't know, like just watching how much I've regressed just makes me feel so guilty. Like, I can't even work 4 hours a week anymore. I dropped out of school because I was so stressed out and I was using drugs to cope. I can't talk to people. I can't build relationships with people. I can't build friendships with people. And like, people are like, oh, I would love to be your friend. I'm like, you don't understand. Like, I will post a video of myself and then like I'll lose like some followers or whatever, and I'm like, oh yeah, it's because I'm the worst fucking person to ever exist. It's because everyone just sees how terrible I am, and everyone just sees how like grossly insecure I am and how disgusting I feel about myself, and they can just see it through the screen. Or I'm just like, everybody's fucking annoyed at me. I'm the most annoying person in the world, and I just like fucking ridicule myself until the point that I can't take it anymore. And I feel like a shell of a human being, and I just sit there feeling so guilty and feeling so like there's no reason to love myself, to the point that I genuinely start to believe it. So I constantly feel like I'm grieving and mourning a version of myself that once existed that was so capable, and it's like, how did I regress to this point? Or was I just heavily masking to the point that like when I started to take like drugs and stuff, I started to realize like who I actually was and how uncomfortable things actually made me and how much of myself that I was hiding. Because like I cannot see myself as that person ever again. Like I said, I came to work 4 hours. Like, I wouldn't even be able to do the walk across Spain because I'm such like a germaphobe OCD person that like I wouldn't be able to do it. But like at the time, like I was able to, and I was able to make friends and talk to people. And now I just like, I can feel how like reserved I am and how like scared of everything that I am. And it's like I'm just like grieving that person, and I'm constantly trying to like intellectualize my feelings, but to like a point that it's actually annoying, and like I hate myself for it. Like everything ends up becoming me hating myself. Like I don't know. And like I said, like getting diagnosed with borderline and stuff, like it makes 1,000,000% sense, like because of how intense my emotions are and how intense everything is. Like, but then like getting diagnosed with borderline, it just makes me feel like an even shittier person. Like, it's like, oh, borderline people are manipulated, borderline people are like this, and I'm like, I'm not. Like, I'm just like, I'm a person that feels so fucking deeply to the point that it makes me sick. It makes me genuinely sick, and like I don't want to talk to anybody. I don't want to form relationships with anybody because, like I said, like I completely lose myself, and I completely lose sight of like all my beauty. And then like when I'm not like around people, or I wasn't in like friendships and stuff, like I just felt like the best version of myself because like I wasn't constantly preoccupied with the thought that everybody can hate me at any given moment, and I was like the only person in control of hating me and like kind of who I was being portrayed as. Because like a lot of times like I do overshare in something, and then it's like like I feel disgusting, and then I'm like, I don't want anybody to perceive me, and then people are perceiving me, and I start acting even more disgusting because I'm just like, oh my god, I'm being perceived. Like I gotta fix this because like I don't know, like I don't know. I just feel like a shell of a human being. Like I wake up every day and I just think about like all the things I could be doing, and I daydream about everything that I could be doing right now, and then I just sit there and think like, why? Like I don't even feel like a will to keep going because like, okay, literally whatever, like I have complex PTSD, I have borderline personality disorder, I have premenstrual dysphoric disorder, I have OCD, and I have an autoimmune disorder called lichen sclerosis that literally destroys me. And it's like, I don't even like see the point of the future. And I'm like, not even trying to say that in like a nihilistic way. Like I'm just saying like every day is like a fucking hurdle to jump over, and it's like, why would I want to see myself in 10 years? Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, and then I get into these like super manic episodes and I can't stop fucking talking, and I'm like blah, blah, blah. And like literally right now it's like 4 in the morning and I'm just like, I can't sleep, I can't do shit. And like I talk to the people around me and they're like, well, just change your situation, I'll just change it. I'm like it's so easy to say that, but like when you have disorders that like completely flip your brain constantly, you never know what's real, you never know what's true, what you actually feel, what's actually good for you. You never know, because one day your brain can be telling you taking all these drugs is good for you, and one day your brain can be telling you wake up, work out, go for a walk, that's good for you. And it's like, I never know what the right decision to make was, like, or is. Like, I literally quit my job, and then I'm like, why did I fucking quit? Why did I quit? And it's like, well, my brain was telling me to, and it was so fucking real how much it was affecting my life. And then I'm like, yeah, that makes sense because thinking about it affects my life. But then I'm like, but like now I'm just like fucking broke 25-year-old surviving off of disability, and like I feel like a failure. Like I'm turning 25 soon on the 16th, and Virgo. I wonder if people know I'm a Virgo because I'm so overly sensitive. And it's like, when you're so overly sensitive and you're so insecure at the same time, it's like the worst fucking feeling in the world. And I want to vomit. And like any form of like self-care that I have is always fucking self-destructive, like spending all my fucking money, or binge eating, or taking drugs, or like bed rotting and like watching the same movies that make me cry over and over again. I'm really bad at forming good habits because I just never feel like I'm like deserving of it. And like that always brings me back to like Perks of Being a Wallflower, where it's like we accept the love we think we deserve. And I always think about that in like relationship context and friendship context and stuff, but also like we accept the love from like ourselves that we think we deserve. And like when you hate yourself and everything, it's like you start to treat yourself with so much hate and so much dislike and so much regret, and it's just like ugh. Like the people in my life that have genuinely like seen me and think that who I am is beautiful are the people obviously like that mean the most to me. They love me, but at the same time like I can cause them so much pain, and not like in a hurtful way, but just because of how insecure and depressed I am. And like they see it, and it's been going on for years, like since I was 13 and literally turning 25, like I said. And it's like when you see how much you're like draining the people around you as well, it's like you just want to make life easier for them too. And I think that was like a huge catalyst for my addiction. Not like in a blaming way, no. Addiction was all me. Bitch, like nobody was like, take these so you're better for everyone. Like it was just like my insecurity just like driving me to this point where it's like I need to be this like calm, high ass version of myself to just make the people around me believe that I'm getting better so that I don't worry them. But meanwhile, like I'm like in my room taking like 10 pills and like smoking and not remembering the night before, not remembering things I watched, not remembering things I told people, not remembering plans that I made. And I'm trying to like portray this version of myself that's okay, but meanwhile I'm like on my highest point of suffering that I've ever like reached, if that makes sense. And now like it's like I'm constantly like craving the like drugs, and I'm like, oh, I can't take them, but I'm constantly craving it, and it's like it's all I can think about. And it's like, how do I ever get out of this mindset? And I like make schedules for myself, and I tell myself like all the things that I want to do, and then it's like I just have this like executive like dysfunction in my brain that's just like, oh, like I'm fucking crippling with anxiety and I don't know what to do. And like I don't know, I'm like insecure, like not even just like in the sense of like my looks and the way I act and whatever, but like insecure as in like not secure. Like there's no stability, there's no security in my own mind. Like I can never just feel safe within myself. And the only times that I would feel safe within myself is like when I was on drugs, because like I felt like I would get everything done. I would do everything that I had to do on my to-do list. I feel like the PMDD is just like slowly killing me, and I'm like watching myself like deteriorate for literally half a year. And like I just have to like pretend that's normal, and I'm like going to naturopath and I'm taking like pellets and stuff, but then I always go back to my self-destructive behaviors. And like I'm the only person to blame here, bitch. Like don't get me wrong, like I can be miss like victim mentality, but like I know that my shit stinks. I know, okay. I mean that's like what this whole fucking video is about, how bad my shit stinks. I'm gonna go before I get really deep in my thoughts and then cry myself to sleep. I probably still will. Okay. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you liked this video. Love you guys. Bye.